so rudely interrupted?
What?
Your junior year?
Oh, I don't know. It's not a big deal, really. Well, I sat down to play a game of solitaire, and I didn't stop playing for the rest of the semester.
Cards?
No, computer. It was the first semester of my junior year, and I used my work study money to buy this cute little laptop, and it came with solitaire.
But you graduated early, right? Then I don't get it. What was the problem?
It's not a problem, really. I'm not ashamed. I had a women's study class that morning, one of these intimate little, what do you call it, honor seminar. We were so liberal and smart. There were like 8 white girls named Becky. No offense, I'm sure they had different names.
None taken.
This gay white guy, this quiet little Asian girl, and me. And they're talking about Weber's theory on social dominance, and they've created this hypothetical utopian society.
Oh, economy and society.
Wow. Okay. So, unlike anything Weber could have conceived of, this society would have no men and so would be perfect. I look over at Topher, and
Topher?
The gay white guy, and I'm waiting for him to say something. But we've all had enough sight to know what happens to the power dynamics when you're the only one.
Yeah.
So Topher's quiet, and I say, is your utopia free of color distinctions? And I'm careful not to look at the Asian girl because...
Woman.
What?
The Asian woman?
Fine. I'm careful not to look at the Asian woman because, I don't know, I don't want to assume she's got a similar worldview.
Stop. I've dated Asian girls. They're down.
Women!
It's all relative. From where I sit, the bulk of the racial stuff they get is that people assume they're smart, guys want to date them, and they fit all the shoes on the sale rack.
Well, as long as there's no hypocrisy in your lamentations.
No, baby. That's not hypocrisy. That's straight up racism.
And one of the Beckys says, like, what do you mean color distinctions? And I look over at the professor with her page boy Birkenstock unshaved ass, and she's not giving it up. So I'm on, and I say, not only is it problematic that we haven't stopped to consider racial tensions in our now female-dominated society, but we haven't even begun to consider class.
I'm not sure that class matters. I haven't noticed it matters so much how much money you have. If you're a nigger, folks gonna see a nigger. Don't you think?
But surely money creates a social buffer?
Fine. So then one of the Beckys gets quite hostile and then just downright ignorant and says that if it was a utopian society, there would be only one dominant race. And the teacher is agreeing. And I'm trying to explain that that would not be a utopian society. That would be the Third Reich. And the Asian girl is saying that it's just for the purposes of discussion, but she's clearly very upset. But this is the kicker. I get a call from my professor the next day. She'd like to apologize for letting things get out of control. She says at some point things may have become a little racist, and I say, I think it started when you decided to teach a class called Feminist Voices of the 20th Century and include no women of color.
That's awful.
Well, she explains that there really aren't women of color accepted in the canon of hard feminist discourse.
What about bell hooks?
That's what I said. And then she misquotes my dad back to me as if he would support such nonsense. I mean, he would, but still, she doesn't know that. Well, I guess that was the last straw or something. That was it. I've been fighting pretty much the same battle since high school.
Seems you would have learned to put it in perspective.
Perspective? I was tired. I was supposed to be getting an education, but instead I'm teaching Cultural Sensitivity 101 every time I turn around, and have been since like the 3rd grade. So I go home. I take a shower, and I turn on my little laptop, and it's so pretty, and I select Vegas style. And I play, and sleep, and occasionally eat, and I don't stop playing.
So you're saying white feminist discourse precipitated a nervous breakdown?
Flip.
Yes, Flip. The white people finally drove me crazy. Only I didn't know I was crazy. Thought I was just really liking solitaire. Didn't matter I was a straight A student. No one missed me. The only raisin in the oatmeal, the only speck of nutmeg in the eggnog.
Maybe they were grateful for your absence. I don't mean that badly.
Sure you do.
No, all I'm saying really is that it can be hard, having someone rubbing your nose in your own bullshit all the time. It sounds like you can be relentless.
I don't know. I think you can be relentless and keep chipping away at the bullshit, or you can be passive and confused and lose your mind.
You lost it anyway.
Flip.
Stop flipping me. This is ridiculous and we're indulging her. Come on. We all went to good schools.
By good, you mean white.
There were black folks like me at Exeter and Harvard.
That was my problem. The black folks at Harvard were like you.
What?
Come on. I couldn't hang with your crowd. You were flying to Aspen for the weekend and driving around in SUVs and
I had
shit.
dazzled socks.
Oh, well then.
Here's what I don't get, Taylor. I mean, I work with black and Latino kids in the inner
Here we
city.
fucking go.
That was my dissertation. around inequalities in education. Anyway, I have a hard time feeling sorry for you, daughter of a famous intellectual.
Just by birth, he got a new family.
Anyway, I swear, some of the places these kids live, it's like a third world country.
And I'm sure you saw plenty of that in the Peace Corps after bumming around Europe or something, right?
Taylor!
That's okay, honey. I'm okay. Yes, you know me so well. Yes, Europe, Peace Corps. And so help me here. There you were, at this privileged institution, with your famous dad and your new laptop to soothe yourself. And you're upset because some stupid sorority chicks are mean to you?
Oh, God.
No, Kimber. I'm upset because people like you can't see it. Your inner city kids aren't supposed to succeed. As long as they can stay ignorant and dependent on you, they won't have to mess up the white spaces. They let one or two of us in who had enough privilege to almost play the game, just enough to make us think we're special. Then Kimmy here goes slumming for 5 minutes and knows all about it. You can kiss my black ass is what you can do with your I'm such a goddamn saint, inner fucking sanctum of rebellious white liberal bullshit. Don't you ever come for me like that. You need to get your white ass out of my world or keep your hippie dribble to your own damn self. Fucking, I'll show Dad what happens if he won't notice me. I'm too deep for cotillions. I'll fuck black and show them all, bitch. Okay? Did I just say that?